What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and today is the day that we're finally going to do a 2025 collection tour. It's about time. What you're looking at right now is actually from 2024, October of 2024, and as you can see, the display has changed quite a bit. We have a lot of stuff that is no longer in the displays, a lot of new stuff that's been here. We don't have monos anymore, which you can see in the office. There's no more tumbler. There's only 4 cases that are filled with Star Wars. We have a ton more Star Wars this year. 2025 was the year of OT Star Wars and 89 Batman, so I am super excited to go over this with you. We have an 89 Hot Toys Batmobile. It's no longer here. We now have the Jazz Ink. So here is what you're currently looking at. It's the current setup for the display. We have 6 cases of DF Star Wars. We have a lot more Batman stuff. We've kind of thinned it out and just focused primarily on Batman as opposed to DC. Still have that DeLorean. Looks great. We've added a couple figures to that too. A lot more light up lightsabers and some bigger pieces as well. Over in the office, we now have DF cases, but those are actually going to be moving where the 6 series are, where you saw the Batman stuff. The reason is I'm going to be adding 3 more DF60s, which are half the size of the 120, and we're going to get all of the Batman together so the Batmobile can fit. So on the right of the screen, that'll be DF120s and DF60s. I'm going to get rid of these 6 55s all the way on the right, and we're going to put those 6 110s in the office. If you're new to the channel, these are Maju cases. I've made risers on my own out of 2x8 boards and just painted them so that we could get these off the floor. The Maju cases are super nice. They're pre-lit, they're dust proof, and the fronts are going to be magnetic, and they just really display the figures very, very well. I really like how I can assort the figures how I want in a big area. Like I have a big palette here to kind of work with, so it's definitely something that's worth the money and the time. They hold a lot of weight as well. They're made of premium materials and metals. So without further ado, let's get going, because this is going to be a long video and I don't have anything to drink, so I hope I can make it through this. We have Batman and Miscellaneous, and again, this is the wall that's going to be changing, so it's probably the last time you're going to see it like this. This is the Dark Knight figures here. We do have Catwoman. I was able to pick her up on the cheap. I think she looks good with the goggles down, but I'm not going to really pose this figure. We have the Topo set Bank Robber Joker. I really like this. It's premium outfit. Looks really good. We have a custom base here, and I think I'm going to keep this one even when I get the new Bank Robber Joker. In the back, we do have the Dark Knight Bat Signal, and then we have the DX19, but it has a custom OT cowl and I think it's a Jackson cape. I've got a lot of custom capes, so I do get them all mixed up. And then we have a Display Heroes base. This has really made this figure amazing, and the OT cowl is just awesome. I don't know why Hot Toys can't give us the same quality, but Batman Begins back there, if I can get it to focus, is also going to be the OT cowl with an OT cape, and that figure looks beastly now that it's complete and set up. We have the 2.0, 3.0, I don't know, but it's the Dark Knight Joker. This figure looks really, really good. I can't wait to get the Bank Robber Joker and maybe put that head sculpt on this one, but I really love this figure. It's the best Joker to date, probably. And then another one that's hard to get that I'm glad I secured is Bane, the 2.0 with the silicone body, the seamless arms. The head sculpt looks great, and I love the bases. I've actually kind of bookended the case with the Catwoman and the Bane bases just to kind of give it a little bit of unity there and balance, so that looks really good. Going on to one of my favorite shelves is the 89 Batman. I've really worked to add to this year. We've added probably most of these figures just this year. I really like how this is set up, and I'm intrigued to see how I'm going to set it up in the DF. We have the 2.0 89 Batman. This does have the Jackson faceplate, and it really does help this look more like Michael Keaton. So if you're in the market, get that on 1/6 kit while you can. I have the IC Customs Armory, or the Vault, and I had Display Heroes make kind of a unique base for it to sit on just to give it a little bit of, you know, extra pizzazz. And we do have a DX9 in there. I poked the eyes out and I popped the mouth plate out so that it just looks like the suit. And then the Mars Toys Alfred is really, really good. I love this head sculpt. I love this figure. Probably not needed, but at the same time, I think he really puts your 89 display over the top. So if you're a big fan like me, I do think you need him. and I think he's definitely worthwhile. And on the inside of that vault door, you can see a bunch of weapons and whatnot. We have the Mars Toys Bruce Wayne, another underrated figure. Mars Toys is just really killing it, and a Display Heroes base just to, again, add to the environment, add to the figure. Looks really, really good there. And then I picked up a second DX8 Joker because I love him so much. I don't know if they're ever going to make the Nicholson Joker again. Really like the pose there. And the reason why I got a second one is because I have the Mars Toys. I kind of kit bashed the Mars Toys Joker with another DX8. This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I love the paint running down the face. We have another Display Heroes base. What I like about these is you can get custom nameplates, and they actually have like the logo of the character or the movie, so it just, again, adds a lot to the display. We got the DX14 Mime Joker, classic and timeless. Really looks good. I love the proportions on this. I think the head sculpt is 10 out of 10. Looks great. And one of my newer figures that I picked up is another Mars Toys Bruce Wayne, but with a custom scarf and coat, and then I've ordered some roses for him to be carrying. So, you know, that's just how much I love the 89 Batman, as I even got another Mars Toys Bruce Wayne. But altogether, I think it looks really cool. Love the diorama base for the 2.0 there. Looks great. Going on to the next shelf, we have the Batman. Not a big one by any means, but some good figures in here. We do have the in-art Batman. I've had the Hot Toys and the in-art. I actually prefer the in-art, and I don't say that too often. I love that he came with all of those cards and whatnot. He has the flashlight. I don't know, something about this, the proportions, the head sculpt, the cowl, I like it a little bit better. Another Mars Toys figure, and it's the Riddler, Conundrum Man, I think is the real name, with, of course, you're going to hear this a lot, a Display Heroes base. The wood base, again, just look how cool they are. It's got his logo there on the nameplate. He's got the tape. I love this pose. I'm glad I got this figure. And then we have the Drifter set from Topo with the Hot Toys head sculpt here. And another, just a cool way if you're into custom stuff. Like, this doesn't cost a lot, but you can really maximize the value of the figures that you're getting and use parts that maybe you wouldn't be able to normally. And of course, we have the Mars Toys Penguin. This one's not bad. It's a good stand-in. It depends if Hot Toys ever does this, but I'm pretty happy with this one, but I might get the other one too. This shelf is kind of barren. It's what I have left for BVS, and it's kind of sad, but I'm kind of over it. This is the 2.0 BVS Batman with the Jackson faceplate. It's helped a lot. It's got the articulating cowl here. I'm going to be ordering the Jackson cowl and Jackson cape. I actually have those ordered, so I'm looking forward to that. But the proportions seem a little off to me as well. He looks a little too bulky. The base is okay. I like that you can change it up, but I'm not overly happy with this figure. And then we have the Nightmare Batman, which we've added pieces like the cowl and the coat are from Topo, as well as some of the straps on the guns and the binoculars. It's a really good figure, but at the same time, I love seeing this rendition of Batman, but I just don't know if he'll be staying in the collection long term. The new one kind of dwarfs this one. We'll see. Maybe InArt does this and I pick that one up. It's good to have options out there. Then we go down to some miscellaneous stuff. I like this shelf a lot. We're going to be getting like Terminator, Wolverine, some other figures here. Hopefully Mars Toys Willy Wonka to kind of fill it out just a little bit more. We have the 1.0 RoboCop. I don't know, man. The more I think about it, I think I might just be good with this RoboCop, but we'll see. We have the Art Figures Edward Scissorhands. This one came out of nowhere. Looks really good, but one of the most pain-in-the-ass figures that I've ever dealt with. Putting straps on, putting the scissors in the hands was a nightmare, but he looks great. We have the Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the artisan version. I love the diorama base. Love the pose that I have him in. Beautiful looking figure. Currently my only artisan that I have and that I have on order. We have John Wick 4. Try to get him into an action pose. It doesn't look as good on screen as he does in person. I do have the first one pre-ordered, so we're going to wait and see if I keep this one or just have that one. Another newer figure is William Money from Unforgiven. This is a sideshow piece with a Display Heroes base. Again, I love the small diorama base. Just a nice touch, but I like this a lot. I love the movie Unforgiven. My dad's a big Clint Eastwood fan, so I had to have some Clint Eastwood in the collection. Still thinking about maybe getting Good and Bad and the Ugly. And then we have the 1.0 Predator Jungle Hunter here with a custom base. He looks okay. He's definitely showing his age. I'm going to have to get that new one. I wish the size was a little bit more accurate because as you can see, he's pretty much in line with everybody else here. So he should be a lot taller, which it does bother me. And then a little bit more miscellaneous, we have Back to the Future. I love this trilogy. It's a lot of fun. We have Marty up front with the DeLorean and, of course, Einstein. The Marty isn't the best one. I'm kind of hoping Mars Toys tackles this Marty McFly. Maybe we can get a better head sculpt because I'm into swapping pieces out. I did it with this Hot Toys Doc Brown. Have the new Mars Toys head sculpt on it. I think it looks night and day, just better. I love this tool belt and all the tools that he has. It's a really cool figure, a little hard to pose to kind of look natural, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with it after the second custom head sculpt that I have for it. And then the new Back to the Future 2 Doc Brown. This is a cool one too. I love the money case. I love the different outfit, and you know, they keep running into each other too, so I think it's perfectly fine to have multiple Martys, multiple Doc Browns, and together they look great. So I might even keep adding to this down the road. We'll kind of see what happens, and we'll see if any of these companies make more Back to the Future. Next case is the Spider-Verse line. I love this. I love both movies. My kids love them too, so that helps me get into them a little bit more. But these are my favorite Spider-Man movies, hands down. We have Spider-Gwen, and she comes with Spider-Ham. They all look really good, and of course they're animated, so they're going to look a little different, but I still really like them. We have 2099 Spider-Man. Not going to pose this one. This suit looks super delicate. Every time I pose him, just to bend the arm a little bit, it's a no-go. We have Miles Morales in the middle, kind of flying in. Love that figure too. Comes with a lot of cool stuff. A couple different outfit changes as well. Head sculpts. It's kind of the whole 9 yards here with that one. And then we have Miles G. Morales, and he was holding spray paint, but it looks like it fell down. But comes with a cool diorama piece. You can have him sitting up on that post, or you know, just standing here too. All together, I think they look really cool, and we'll kind of see if that third movie ever comes out. You know, maybe I'll add a couple more to this, but I'm pretty satisfied with how it looks right now. All right, let's go to Marvel, and we do have the Batmobile here too, but this is going to be, you know, majority Marvel, but let's just get the rest of that Batmobile stuff, the Batman stuff out of the way. We have the Jazz Inc. 1989 Batmobile with the Flash modern suit Batman and a second vault. This is cool. You get a nameplate here with Yost and his father who made it, and then a number. Unfortunately, my Batmobile has some paint cracks. I don't know how this happened. You can see the cracks right there, and then back here by like the gas tank cap, and then even up here a little bit, just some couple hairline scratches. But luckily, they're taking care of me. They're sending me a new one, so I'm looking forward to getting that pretty soon. Flash Batman, it's the modern suit. Michael Keaton, he looks really good. Love the suit, love him. And of course, another vault, just to kind of add like a diorama look to the Batmobile, give it a little bit more in this case. And I did make the Batcave diorama myself, just out of foam and spray paint and all that good stuff. But I think this is pretty cool. Just a cool little design here. So I'm excited to get that back with the other DC stuff. But let's move on to some Marvel. And I've really changed this over the last few years. You know, I was trying to line collect Avengers and then Guardians. Now I'm just deciding I'm going to collect one figure that I like, and that's about it. So we have the Hulk, and this is my favorite Hulk. I love the head sculpt. I love the extra green and the ripped shorts on this one. Another timeless figure, looks great. The Black Widow has always had a special place in my heart too. I'm kind of a sweet spot for this one. And then we have Mantis, which turned out amazing. She looks awesome. I do worry about her outfit. It is completely pleather. But if you just keep her like this, I think she's beautiful. We have the Final Swing Spider-Man, which is pretty much the only Spider-Man I need. Kind of has that classic look, which is kind of what I want. And then the D100 Iron Man, I think they made 1,500 of these. Really cool base. I love it. It's kind of like a centerpiece that says Marvel. I love the dark cherry red color with the silver here, and it's the Mark 7 suit. Chef's kiss. We have Endgame Rocket, he's looking good. And then we have Captain America, still deciding if I'm going to replace this with the new one. This is from Endgame. Then we have Bucky Barnes from Infinity War. Got this from my buddy DLO The Collector. And again, I think a lot of people are calling that this needed to be updated. I like it. I think it looks good, so I'm happy with it. And then, of course, we have Gamora looking pissed off. Infinity War Thanos. I like this figure a lot, too. Got this from Hawk Wars Toys. I love that it comes with the molded bent arm so that you don't have to worry about it not looking natural or ruining the figure with the rubber or anything like that. In the back there, we do have TVA Loki, had Endgame. Again, all pleather. I just wanted to get away from that. I like the show a lot, too. We have Hawkeye from Endgame. he looks okay. Not one of my favorite figures, but he definitely needs to be in the collection. This is the new Black Panther with the better suit and better proportions. He's pretty good too. And then we have Star-Lord with the coat walking towards us with Groot on the shoulder. Then we have Groot from Guardians 1 in the back. I like that figure a lot too. And Thor from Infinity War. Maybe not the best likeness, but I had Endgame and I like this one better. So I just went back and got it. And then we have Nebula in the back with her Guardians 3 suit. I got this one because I think she looks better, but I also, again, wanted to get away from the pleather. Would have gotten the whole line. Unfortunately, Hot Toys didn't want to make it. We have No Way Home, Doctor Strange, and then we have the Mark IV War Machine with like that camouflage look. My favorite War Machine by far. And I think altogether, this is pretty much done for me. I might add 1 or 2 figures here, but I'm really happy with how my Marvel looks. I'm not the biggest Marvel collector, so I think it looks pretty good. All right, now what you've all been waiting for, we have Star Wars, and this is the behemoth. This is going to take the longest, so stick with me as we go through. The first shelf is going to be my quote-unquote prequel shelf. Not big on the movie prequels, but I do like a lot of the characters from Clone Wars and from the new series and whatnot. So starting in here, we have Chopper, which is a really cool figure. Maybe a little bit overpriced, but nonetheless, he adds a lot of color to the display. And paired with Hera, you can't go wrong. She is a beautiful figure. I loved her in the Ahsoka show, and I hope we see a lot more of her in the future. Beautiful figure. Next to her, we have Bo-Katan, which you can actually get her for a really good price nowadays. And I think this is a good figure. Single joint elbows, which are definitely a problem, but she looks great. In the back middle here, we have Rex. This is, I believe, from it's the animated version, so it's not the newest one, but it's fine. He looks great. I love that figure as well. You got the lightsaber beaming off of him. A figure that turned out amazing is Padawan Ahsoka. If you're a Ahsoka fan, you have to have this in the collection. She's beautiful. Turned out perfect, in my opinion. And then speaking of perfect, we have Obi-Wan Vader, another great figure that is good enough for me. Like, I don't need that total battle damaged Darth Vader. This was live action. We saw it, and I love it. And another underrated figure is the Clone Wars Anakin, or the Ahsoka Anakin from Clone Wars. And he's got an LED light up saber. He looks good. Head sculpt isn't bad. You got to futz with it to get it just right, sure, but he can look good too. And then we have Ahsoka the White. Not my favorite, but the head sculpt is the best, and obviously the head sculpt is the soul of the figure. So I had to sacrifice and get the white just so that she looked, the best. And then we have Fennec Shand. Turned out really good again too. The likeness is amazing. This Darth Maul 2.0 is just, I don't even have words. You have the CCFL saber, which just glows, but look at that head sculpt. You can see the red just bouncing off the figure, but that is an amazing head sculpt. I love it. And we do have the Bad Batch in the back. I watched this with my daughter, and we love the show. We have Crosshair, we have Hunter, which is her favorite. Then there in the middle, we have Wrecker, and then Tech, Tech probably has the most intricate suit and the most eye appealing, I think. And then Echo is next to him. I love Echo too because he's got that deep red going on in the suit and a lot of scratches and details. Like that armor a lot. And then finally we have Cad Bane. Give a little blue to the display, and he was badass in the Boba Fett series. He was probably the best part of Boba Fett. So there you have it. That's my prequels. Let me know what you think and what else I should add to this shelf. Okay. We're going to go a little bit into Rogue One, and then we're going to start blending into the original trilogy. So I do have more original trilogy kind of scattered throughout, but here's where the focus is on A New Hope. We do have C-3PO with the light up eyes. It's a wired set that we got from Fulcrum Customs on eBay, and then a Display Heroes base so that he can stand there with R2-D2. The R2 is actually Force Awakens, but he works very well. We have A New Hope Han. Will we be getting a new one now that Empire Strikes Back is coming? I hope so. Another timeless figure is Princess Leia with the hair buns. I love that figure. We have the Sideshow Greedo, which is a newer one. He turned out well. And then Chewie in the middle there too. It got his hair looking as best as I could, but excited for the new one. Finally got Han in Stormtrooper disguise back this year, and really glad. That's still a great head sculpt. And then, of course, we have Grand Moff Tarkin, another timeless figure. The head sculpt is legendary. Really cool figure, hard to get, very expensive. A figure that we could really use a 2.0 for is A New Hope Luke, Farm Boy Luke. He has the LED lightsaber there. Got a nice glow coming off him. I don't know, it just needs a new outfit, new hair, new face, and new everything. We've got the Sand Trooper, which is a really cool figure too, with all of his gear on, and just screams Tatooine. And then we have A New Hope Obi-Wan, which, you know, is still one of the few grails, you know, that's around. He has a CCFL saber, and you can just see the blue gleaming off of him too. I love these sabers, whether they're LED or CCFL, because they really just add that realistic effect to the figures. And then we have another light kit here for the K2SO. I'm contemplating though getting the new one. As you can see in the back there, you know, you can see the wire coming out. So I'd like to get that new one. We have Jyn Erso. Got this one from DLO The Collector too. Oh, glad to have her. I loved Rogue One. Thought it was really underrated. We got the Death Trooper. I actually redid that pauldron. It was peeling, so recoated that, and it looks brand new. And then we have the Tarkin 2-pack Vader. This is a really underrated Vader too. We don't really think about this one as much, probably because he's in the 2-pack and it's really hard to get, but I really like this one from A New Hope. Then we have the Shore Trooper that everybody wanted back in the day. He looks awesome. Got him for a good deal. And then next to him is Krennic, who we thought was maybe going to be remade or 2.0'd, but not yet. And then we have the Shore Trooper that nobody wants, and that's the cheap one. Like the reissue after everybody wanted that other one. But overall, I'm really happy with this display. I think I try to do balance and have everything with its own place, and for the most part, I think it works. Going over to Empire Strikes Back, we're going to go through the OT movies here. This one definitely is the lightest on figures, but you know, we got a couple more coming, and I hope Hot Toys gives us a few more. We have the Sideshow Han in Carbonite, and it's nice because you can put him vertical, or right now he's horizontal. So we have Boba Fett right there, kind of walking with him, and it comes with a light up base. I love that this thing lights up. It looks really good. And then we have Boba Fett from Empire just kind of looking down on him. I really like this. It takes up a lot of room, but I think it's worth it. We have Empire Strikes Back Vader with the return of the Jedi head sculpt, CCFL saber, and the base, of course, is lit up. A lot of these pieces take up space, so it's going to be tough when we add Chewie and Han Solo in here, but we'll figure it out. We have Bespin Luke, and I got the sweaty hair on him. Really good head sculpt, CCFL saber. Really nice base. I like this figure a lot. Some think he needs to be dirtied up a little bit more. Would be nice if we got a battle damage. Yoda could use a refresh. I wouldn't mind that. He looks good, though. And then this is the Attack of the Clones R2, so a little bit more weathered, so he fits in really well there. Finally got the 2-pack Snow Troopers this year. That was a big deal for me. Really happy to have those. Got them at my local store. I stared at them for like 2 years and then finally got them. And I also traded Thrawn for this probe droid. It's Sideshow. It's like cheap hollowed out plastic, but I think it looks really good. The paint apps are really nice. I don't think this one lights up anymore, but it's a really nice piece. Again, if you're just diehard Star Wars, it's really cool to have. Here's the other Snow Trooper here for the 2-pack. Really happy to have those. We have Hoth Leia, which I think I added this year too, earlier this year. And will we get Bespin Escape Leia? I'm not sure, but this one is a really good figure to have either way. Snow Speeder Luke with a Display Heroes base. I like having the helmet on just to give it a different look from all the other Lukes. And you can't have a Star Wars display without Lando Calrissian. I actually used water and wet down the cape, got that idea from DLO, so that it would drape better. And then I'm actually using the Boba Fett Bespin base that I got made, and I just covered it up with his blaster, because I think he looks great on a white Cloud City base. So there you have it. That's the Empire Strikes Back. Really happy with how this looks. Can't wait to add Chewie and then Han Solo, of course, in the future. Going over to Return of the Jedi. A little bit more of a full case here. I think I actually have all of the Return of the Jedi figures. I don't think I'm missing any, but yeah, this is looking good. Let's start with the figure that was new a day ago and now is like obsolete, and it's Return of the Jedi Han Solo, the Scared Han. And I wasn't ever a big fan of that head sculpt or the base. There's no room to stand. He looks scared, but I'm still happy to have it. So it's good to have a Return of the Jedi Han. We have Return of the Jedi Endor Leia. I've had her in this pose for a while, and I don't know, I just like it. So she comes with Wicket, and it'd be cool to get more Ewoks eventually, but nonetheless, it's still good to really have him. And then we have the Sebastian Shaw head sculpt, the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader with an LED lightsaber, his hands cut off. This was in quarter scale for the longest time, and we all wanted this, so it's really good to finally have 1/6 in the collection. Return of the Jedi Luke with the CCFL, and he actually has the Mando head sculpt. I got that because that's the superior head sculpt, and he looks really good, looks really classic Star Wars. We have the Emperor. I do have the throne, but can never really figure out a good look with him. Gotta make sure you have that hood pulled forward, otherwise he looks a little goofy. And then we have the Royal Guard. Wouldn't mind getting another one, but I cannot stand spending that kind of money for a trooper, if you will. We have Return of the Jedi Trooper, which are my favorite, or one of my favorites, I should say, with the emerald green lenses. We have Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, which actually does look quite a bit different from Empire Strikes Back, so glad to have both of those. Just another Return of the Jedi Trooper there. And then we have the Scout Trooper. This is actually my favorite style of Trooper. Always liked these growing up. Always liked Return of the Jedi and Endor and all that good stuff. So he looks great. And then this is actually Mandalorian Luke, and I really just put the Endor poncho on him and the helmet and basically just converted him. I didn't need Mando Luke anymore, kind of getting away from the Mando stuff, so just convert him into OT. And then we do have a Scout Trooper on speeder bike. The speeder bike is really, really cool and a nice piece. You can't get a lot of vehicles for Star Wars, so it's just nice to have something like a speeder bike, and he looks really cool on there as well. So I'm really happy with how the OT has evolved over 2025, and I can't wait to see if we get more. I've even dove into some Sideshow figures, which we're going to see here in a second. We're going to go down to Jabba's Palace, a theme here. And the only thing I'm missing so far is Bib Fortuna. He is going to be on the way as soon as he comes out. But let's start with the man himself, Jabba the Hutt. And holy cow, this is like one of my favorite pieces in the display. I am so glad that I paid for this. We have Salacious Crumb there. It comes with pillows, comes with food, comes with rugs, comes with his like pipe, his hookah pike. It just looks so good. You can do mouth plate changes, you can do eye changes, and he looks really good. And then I also picked up the Han and Carbonite diorama piece from Sideshow. Very old piece, only 1500 made. Maybe the paint apps isn't as good as the newer Sideshow one, but it looks so awesome. And then we do have Bush Leia, which is from like 2009. That's probably the best I can get her to look, but hopefully Hot Toys does this eventually. And then another grail that was on my list since I started collecting was the Gamorrean Guard. Holy cow, he was so worth it. And then I got this little pet here on the side, but the Gamorrean Guard is so cool. You can see like snot coming out of the nose and just his horns broken off. It just looks so freaking cool. And then we have the Skiff Guard Lando. Helmet on looks great. Helmet off, not so much. So keep the helmet on. And then we have a Display Heroes base. It's Jabba's actually floor. So Jabba's palace floor. Just to get, again, add a little bit more pizzazz to the display, to the figure. I'm really loving this. There's not a whole lot more I'm going to add, but yeah, Bib Fortuna for sure. And then, maybe eventually if Sideshow redoes the Gamorrean Guard, I might also get that. And our last case is going to be a Tatooine environment. We have the dewback, we have the Sideshow pillar. It's actually for Jabba's palace, but I'm just using it as like a Tatooine piece. Starting here, we have the Jawa and Gonk droid with the Display Heroes base. It's nice because you can get them both on the same base, and they both have the same nameplate. So just a really good look there. I like having the Jawa. And then a Tusken Raider behind him. He looks really good. Really happy with this pose. Would love it if the garments were a little bit longer, more traditional like the Star Wars A New Hope, but still a really good figure. We have the Sergeant there on the dewback, and the dewback turned out great. So glad I didn't miss this, because for a little bit I wasn't really sure if I was going to get it, but I'm really happy to have this in the display. 2 would have been cool, but at the same time, I don't know how practical that is. We have the Hot Toys R5. It's loose. I didn't buy this complete, but needed R5. He goes well with OT or Mandalorian. We got Grogu there, and then we have the OG Mando, but he does have chrome pieces that I kind of customized, so really happy to have him. And sold my full chrome Mando because I just wanted one. So, and then we have the armor. She's okay. I hope they kind of flesh her character out in the movie, but we'll see. And then you can see the Sideshow Jabba's Palace archway. Only 750 of these made. I'm just using it for a Tatooine environment, but man, really happy with how this looks as well, and still some room to kind of fill in as we go. All right, guys, well, if you've made it this far, thanks for sticking with me. That's the display. I'm going to give you a little bit of an extra peek here just at the room, and kind of a little bit more of like an actual room tour as opposed to a display tour. So this is my basement, and around this corner are the steps to come down here. So when I come down here, we have the hangout area, and it's surrounded by kind of display cases. So I come down here to watch football, to watch movies, to have some quiet time, you know, with the figures and whatnot. I'm in the football, so we have helmets. I'm a Packer fan, like whiskey, and then 2 TVs here to watch football, or if the kids are doing something, I can still watch something else. In this closet is where I keep all of my boxes, and you can see we're kind of running out of room. It's not a huge closet, but just kind of when I switch bases out or anything like that too, kind of just have different things in here, have some drawers for other stuff like odds and ends back there too. But yeah, all the boxes go back there. And then over on the other side is where the office is, and this is going to look a little bit less crowded when the 6 series cases are over here as opposed to the DFs, but this is where all the magic happens. This is where we live stream, this is where I edit, this is where I do some work. And then up here we also have some artwork from Dennis Baptiste. He does great stuff. Love getting these Batman portraits from him. We have some Dark Knight stuff too, just to kind of fill out the rest of the room here. Really nice images, and he draws all these, and then these of course are going to be prints. But we also have Darth Vader over here with the Obi-Wan Darth Vader. Really cool. So he sends you the prints, you just get them framed, and then voila, you know, you're hanging them on your wall. I love this 89 Batman as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Let me know in the comments what you like, what you don't like, what figures I should add, and kind of where I go from here. But on to 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, stay safe and God bless.